Let's start. First is the nodal tissues. Guys, these nodal tissues are responsible for the contractibility of the cardiac muscles. The nodal tissues are responsible for the cardiac impulse which is generated all throughout the times in our body. If the cardiac, if the whole heart is kept outside of the body, the tissues keep generating the action potential. Now see what is the main method how they can produce the action potential. So there is, let's keep it in general phase. Start from the basic. Now let's see the cardiac. It is the normal curve that we are usually seen in the field of cardiology. So there is four phase. Phase 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Sorry, there are 5 phases. So let's start from the beginning. This is phase 0, this is phase 1, this is phase 2, 3 and the 4. Now let's start. There is little mistake there. Let's start from a new curve. This is phase 0, this is phase 1, 2, 3 and 4. So phase 0 is mainly the ion responsible in these fields are sodium, potassium, calcium. There's two type of calcium. This one is L type and this is T. Let's see. In the resting state, there is negative in the inside and outside the positive. There are main channels there. Let's see. This is sodium. This is potassium. This is calcium. Now what happened in the phase 0? There is a sudden upright of this action potential. So in this page, lots of sodium ions come inside the cell and this negative gradually become positive. So there is a uprising of the curve. This is the main thing we can see in the phase 0. So the most responsible ion for in this phase is sodium. High inflow of sodium ion. Then this phase, then it goes to phase 1. What is the ion main responsible for that? This is potassium ion inside the cell. It's gradually start coming outside of the cell. So there is a sudden but short decrease in the potential. The main responsible ion is potassium. Then there is a plateau phase, phase 2. This is the plateau phase. Plateau phase. So what happened in the plateau phase is there is two ion responsible for that. One is potassium and one is calcium. So you can see the potassium is gradually coming out. It goes out from the cell. So it is going outward. And there is a sudden opening of calcium. Which type? This is L type. Remember, this is L type. It's coming into the cell. So net result, potassium out, calcium in. So there is a plateau phase. No change in membrane potential. So there is a plateau phase. Remember which ions? Potassium and calcium. Which type? L type. Let's move on page 3. In this page, potassium is now stopped. It stopped going, and calcium is also starting to stop this phenomena coming inside the cell. So there is a gradual decreasing in the resting potential. So the cell is now started to repolarize. So this is depolarizing phase, this is repolarizing phase, and goes to phase 4, which is the normal resting membrane potential, inside negative, outside positive. And again the cell moves, sodium in, potassium out, calcium started to in, potassium keep going, and now the two channel close, and ultimately they are coming into the resting phase again. So what is the summary of this lesson? So let's summary. It is very important for our PG course. We don't need to remember everything, we just remember the 4 points. So phase 0 sodium ion, phase 1 potassium, phase 2 the new ions calcium, which type? L type. Then it's come page 3 repolarizing both the potassium and calcium stops, and page 4 the new cycle will start. So remember all these things. Now go to, this is now important thing, this is note, important note, seen in the normal cardiac tissues, not in the specialized card sorry cardiac tissues. Now see, now you can ask what is a specialized cardiac tissue. There is 5 specialized cardiac tissues. One is SA node, then becomes AV node, then comes bundle of His, then come bundle fibers, then come Purkinje fibers. So everyone know the SA node is the pacemaker of the cardiac tissue. Now let's see what happened in this. So we don't need the details of it. Remember, I can give the star. It's must remember. There is no. Let's first draw page 0, page 1, page 2, 3, 4, and what happened here? Just sudden rise and decrease, and then sudden rise and decrease. So this is phase 0. There is no phase 1. Sorry, there is no phase 2 or no phase 3. This sorry, there's little misunderstanding. That is only phase 0. There is sudden rise and then stability. There is sodium. The case of where the potassium ions are opens, and then is come gradually in the phase 4. So there is no phase 2, no phase 3. So there is no phase 2 and phase 3. Remember this. This is very important. So what is the baseline? Minus 40. It start going to minus 40, then goes to minus 60, and then comes and then go again. So this is the basic difference. There is no phase 2 or no phase 3 in the specialized cardiac tissue. So let's come the concept of pacemaker. Which tissues we should call it is a pacemaker of heart. The main criteria is which can generate maximum number of impulse. So in the heart, this is normal heart, this pure normal heart is the SC node which can beat 70 to 100 beats per minute. Now if the SC node stop working, the AV nodes, and then it goes on the hierarchy. Now comes to another basic, the hemodynamics in the heart. So let's keep for drawing of heart. Let me inspect. So this is semilunar valves, this is AV valves. So let's move into the status. So what is S1 lug, S2 dub, again S1. So what is S1? The basic concept of S1 is when the heart start to contract, the AV valves of, of closes. So this is happens because of closure of AV valves. And S2, this is closure of semilunar valves. So now it gets into the cardiac cycle, little bit knowledge about it. First, the blood comes to from atrium to the ventricle started. So first the ventricle fills with blood from atrium. So atrium to ventricle, this is the normal outflow. Okay. Let's what's happen in the ventricle. First bloods come and correlate in the ventricle. So the AV valve of close, the semilunar valve is closed at this state. Now the heart started to contract. So the first phase, all the valves are closed. So this is a volume constant system. So this is called, first phase is isovolumetric contraction. Why isovolumetric? Because all the valves are closed in this state. Then the opening of semilunar valve and the ventricle started to eject. So isovolumetric contraction, then opening of the semilunar valve, then it happens ejection. So now comes to the point of ejection. Ejection, there is two phase, early and late ejection. Early, in the first phase, there is a 2/3 of the blood is ejected by this phase and 1/3 by this. What happens after ejection? The ventricle start to into diastole phase. Diastole. So now the coming into the phase of diastoles. First, after ejection, the all the after ejection, what happens? The semilunar valve close. Valves close. Then again all volume fix. So isovolumetric relaxation. Same funda is here. All the valves are closed. The volume is constant. Though this is the relaxation page. So this is isovolumetric relaxation. Then what happens? AV valve opens and ventricle started to refill. Very important concepts in the ventricular filling. There is three phase: early, mid, and late. What happens in the early phase? Two-thirds of the most of the blood coming from atria is in this phase. This is a passive filling. Remember this. This is a passive filling. In the case of heart failure, S3 is for this phase. It's a huge amount of blood coming from atria to the ventricle in the case of right heart failure, and we can easily auscultate the sound of S3. This is the harsh sound due to the blood flow in the early phase of filling. Mid phase, this is diastasis. In this phase, no blood is coming from atria. And the last phase is the late filling phase. This is due to atrial contraction. So remember, the last phase is for active process. It is due to atrial contraction, and the sound S4 is heart due in this. Yes. So S1, remember AV closure. S2, remember semilunar closure. S3, remember early filling of ventricle, RFV, and S4 is late filling of ventricle. So all the heart sound you can easily remember. Now coming from the pressure, you know the left ventricle is the most pressurized system. It has a pressure of about 120, 80 to 120. Now little funda. Capillary wedge pressure. Capillary wedge pressure in pulmonary system. What is it? Very important. In the day-to-day case, you can see a heart failure patient coming to the ear, and you can easily auscultate the base of the lungs, and you will find some crepes, and you can call your senior. So what is the capillary wedge pressure? It is, now you can remember, this is the right atrium, and it is directly connected to lungs. In normal state, this two pressure, capillary wedge pressure, the right ventricle pressure is equal to the lungs capillary wedge pressure. But in the case of heart failure, the right ventricle pressure increase. Normal in normal it will 5 mmHg, but in a case of heart failure it is approximately 25 mmHg. So there is what happened. This is a pressurized system. The blood will cause the back pressure in the lungs, and the fluid accumulate in the lungs, and you will find basal capitation. Now the last things with the electrical impulse. So SA node, then comes to AV node, then it will goes to ventricles. So this is pacemaker, 70 to 100 beats per minute, no phase 1, phase 2 and 1 and 2, and the flow, the current to the AV node. In AV node we have to know just one thing very important is AV nodal delay. This is very important in a normal heart, because when all the impulse from the SA node come to the AV node, it will, if there is no AV nodal delay, it will flow to the ventricle at the same time. So SA node, let's say it's 8 pm the impulse generate, and at the same point 8 pm the impulse reaches to the ventricle. So what happened, the blood from atrium to the ventricle will not fill properly, come to the from the atrium to the ventricle is not properly, so that there is a filling defect. What happened, filling defect. If filling defect, what happened, cardiac output will decrease, so less blood to peripheral tissue. So what happens, cyanosis and others output related problem. So AV nodal delay is very important. Let's summarize what happened in the AV nodal. The cardiac impulse from SA node come to the AV node, and here it will stationize for 0.1 second. It's very short time, but it's very important for the filling of the ventricle properly. So it is very important, you can easily understand. So how can I put this on ECG? Let's say on ECG strip. This is P Q R S T. So what is the actual event? Actual event is P to R. So it's approx 1.12 second. So it will all normal 0.1 second. So the values is more or less same. The actual event is measured by the PR interval. If the PR interval is long, so then we can easily say there is a pathology in the AV node. So what is the pathology related to AV node? AV nodal block. It can be three types. Type 1, AV nodal block first degree, second degree and third degree. First degree, there is a prolongation of peer interval gradual prolongation. Let's say CG, this is peer, so gradual prolongation. Type 2 second degree block, there is no POA, and the third degree block there is POA and QRS also, but no synchronization. There is an individual POA, there is this third degree block, and need emergency management.